Hi guys, and welcome to my review of Aliens, or rather, at this point, just my probably should be just like an Aliens appreciation video, because just like its predecessor, this movie is just friggin' awesome, and it is just a film that I cannot fault one iota, at least not on any technical level, because yeah, this is, at least on a technical level, the perfect sequel. So yeah, just a quick rundown of a plot. We basically have Ripley here, awakened from stasis, from 57 years, I think it is. She's been in stasis for all that time, so all of these years of life have passed by, and she has and then we basically she ends up getting debriefed on all this by the Wayland Corporation, who are dismissive of her claims about the alien eggs on the derelict ship of LV-426 from the first film. So that site is now a terraforming colony, but then after the corporation lose communications with that colony, they basically want to send in these Marines to check it out. They want Sigourney Weaver, being the sole survivor from the previous encounter with these aliens, to accompany them. Sigourney Weaver's Ripley is reluctant, still traumatized by the alien horrors from the previous film, but she agrees to join them on the condition that they just go down to basically wipe these eggs out. So yeah, like I said, guys, this is just the perfect sequel, because because it just fleshes everything out. Everything that you could praise about the first Alien film, everything just here. This sequel stays true to all of those points, to all of those themes, all of those aspects, but it just kind of fleshes it out. So we have the idea. So for example, you can look at Ripley from Alien. You can say how much you admire her being a strong female lead, and you have all of that kind of swapping of the traditional gender roles here, and you have that, and you have that in this film, but just kind of developed, just kind of moved along more. In some ways, she is kind of more badass here, but yet at the same time, her character gets fleshed out because it's counterbalanced with, although you get a more action-orientated Ripley here, because we're in a much more action-orientated film, you also get a lot more humanity with Ripley's character, and a big driving force of this is the relationship that develops between her and Newt, a child they find on LV-426. And there's a deleted scene in the special edition of this, where basically when Ripley awakens from stasis, and is being debriefed on the Wayland Corporation, we find out that while she was in stasis, she had a child. So the special edition basically turns Ripley into a mother, and then that kind of plays into all of this maternal feelings that she has develops for Newt, because she was never able to say goodbye to her child. You get all that sort of fleshed out. In that, that being said, I do prefer the theatrical cut rather than the special edition of it, because while I do think that it's a nice addition, I don't think it's necessary. I think that you can watch a theatrical cut of this. You can take in the dynamic or the relationship between Ripley and Newt, and you can just you can just appreciate it on that level. You don't necessarily need a backstory to make it work. I think it stands perfectly strong on its own merits, and I think what a big factor of that is because you just have this juxtaposition between the relationship between Ripley and Newt, and how that's kind of juxtaposed with the alien queen and this hive of alien eggs. I just think that rather, so all of that, you just get all of these really like moments of just being fleshed out, and just obviously you stay true to all of the horrors here. You stay just like its predecessor. The special effects still hold up really well. I still think that this is a really visceral treat. You have a really strong ensemble cast here. Obviously you have Sigourney Weaver returning as Ripley. You have Lance Henriksen in this movie. You have Bill Paxton here. You have Kyle Reese himself from Terminator 1 here. So you just have, and together they just make this really kind of great ensemble cast, and that really develop this real camaraderie here. And because they're in this like a marine environment, it could also be seen that there could also be this allegory made for horror and for masculinity, and that there's this analogy where you've basically got these Marines with all this advanced weaponry. And then they just basically just get wiped out by these creatures who don't have all that. So similar to obviously the original Predator, which just came a year after this. So yeah, you kind of see all of those little mirrors as well. So yeah, just but yeah, like I said. So that there are two versions of this movie, and as I said, I do prefer the theatrical cut because a lot of the stuff we get in the special edition, obviously we have our backstory with Ripley becoming the mother, but that's the only significant one. I think from a lot of it is still kind of padding out, and the theatrical cut of this movie is like about 2 hours 20 minutes, something like that. So all of this kind of additional stuff that you have in the special edition, you more just kind of bogs the pacing down a little bit. I think that Aliens, the theatrical cut, is just paced perfectly because it's only about 20 minutes longer than the theatrical cut of the original Aliens, but it's justified just because of the additional developments, the additional fleshing out and world building that we have here going on. So yeah, guys, like I said, just like its predecessor, just a really solid movie. Just absolute perfect sequel that I think still really holds up well today. I think the portrayals of Ripley here was just revolutionary. I think it did start to change, but in how female protagonists were going to be viewed. We obviously it kind of paved the way more for portrayals that we got like Sarah Connor, for example. We had at a later date we had movies like Silence of the Lambs with Jodie Foster's Clarice Starling as a protagonist. All of it kind of like paved the way. So So yeah, just a really solid movie. And yeah, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen Aliens yet, like, what are you doing? Seriously, yeah, go and check Aliens out, because they are just two real perfect sci-fi horror movies that are just an absolute staple mark in their genre as well. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section about what your thoughts are, guys. If you've seen both the theatrical cut and the special edition of this movie, let me know down in the comment section about which one you prefer. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to ring a bell for notifications. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be reviewing all of the Alien films here, be reviewing all of the Predator films as well, and then at the end, once I've done all of that, I'll be bringing the views in these two together, to rank all of the Alien and Predator films from the worst to the best. So be sure to check it out, and until next time, I'll see you guys on the next video. You guys take care.